Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am bringing you yet another new miner that theoretically gives you a real shot at hitting a full Bitcoin block through solo mining. This here in front of me is the new Bitaxe Gamma Turbo, also known as the GT801. It's a compact, open source solo Bitcoin miner that's been getting a ton of attention in the home mining space as of late. Now, I'd actually consider it the new entry-level solo miner for those of you who are looking for an affordable option to step into the mining space, or even just to add your existing hash rate at a price that's pretty reasonable. Really quickly, shout out to powermining.io for sponsoring this video and sending this unit out to me to test. Now, if you've been following the channel, you already know that I've been working with powermining.io for a while now, and I've ordered quite a bit of mining hardware through them over the years. They've been super reliable, fast with shipping, and always solid when it comes to support. Anyways, I'll drop my affiliate link down below if you want to check it out or pick one of these up for yourself. Now let's get into it. Hey everyone, what's going on? Chris Lowe here, and on this channel we check out the latest tech in mining gear, we cover events, and everything in between. And today, we're going to be diving into one of the newest and most interesting miners that I've tested recently. So let's kick this off by talking about what exactly is this Bitaxe Gamma Turbo. Well, all I can say is this is a high-performance, open-source Bitcoin solo miner. And what makes this one special is that it's an upgrade over the standard Bitaxe Gamma that pretty much helps solo mining explode. Instead of a single ASIC chip, this one actually uses dual BM1370 ASIC chips, which significantly boosts its performance while still keeping it compact and efficient enough to run at home or even at your desk. Now, we're talking about roughly 2.2 terahashes per second, which is actually pretty impressive for something of this size. But here's the key thing to understand. Like most Bitaxe Gamma and smaller size miners, this is not your typical mining rig. This is, of course, still a solo and lottery miner. So let's quickly talk about that, especially if you're someone who's new to this industry and this hobby. Now, with traditional mining setups, you're usually contributing hash power to a pool and you're earning a small consistent reward for that work. With this Bitaxe Gamma Turbo, it's completely different. In this case, you're solo mining, which means you're competing directly to solve a block on your own. And if you do, you win the entire block reward, which right now is still around 3.125 BTC plus transaction fees. So yeah, potentially a six-figure payout depending on the market value, of course. But, and this is important, the odds are extremely low, and you have to go into this expecting that. This isn't something that you buy expecting daily returns or even to hit a block. This is more like running a high-efficiency lottery ticket that also contributes to decentralizing the entire network. And honestly, that's really part of the fun. Now, let's talk about the actual unit itself. Right out of the box, this thing is super compact and lightweight. You've got a clean PCB design, you've got active cooling, and everything is pretty much plug and play. It's got that open source hacker-friendly vibe, which I personally love. You can see all the components, and if you're into tinkering or modding, this is definitely a platform that encourages it. Cooling wise, it does a solid job. Now, it's not completely silent, as you can hear, maybe, but it's also not nearly as loud as traditional ASIC miners, or even some of those other solo miners out there that are currently on the market. You could comfortably run this in a home office without being super distracting. For example, I have it running in my office right now, and I even have con calls with this thing running. And it's not completely distractive. Now, it's not completely quiet, but it just works quiet enough so that it doesn't disturb me when I'm on calls. Now, what I also like about this new miner is the design changes. It now uses the new, more secure power supply-like plugs, which makes it easier to handle, and I feel it's just generally a little bit more durable. Now, setup was actually pretty straightforward. You basically just plug it in, connect it to your network, and configure your mining settings through the interface. Now, if you're someone who's used a Bitaxe or similar devices before, this will feel very familiar. You basically connect it to the device's Wi-Fi or its SSID, you connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then you add your pool information. Setup for me took less than 5 minutes. And even if you are someone who's new to this, there are plenty of guides out there to walk you through it. And you might not even need it because it is super easy to follow the instructions. Now, one thing that I really appreciate is how accessible this makes Bitcoin mining. I wish this was something that I had when I first started. I'd say it's so much more easier to get involved and learn about this space now than it was when I first started. You don't need a warehouse, you don't need special electrical setups, and you can literally get started from your own home. Now, when it comes to performance, like I mentioned earlier, you're getting around 2.2 terahashes per second, which is noticeably a step up from the standard Gamma models. And because this miner uses the latest dual BM1370 ASIC chips, you're getting better efficiency per watt compared to earlier versions. Now, power consumption is still relatively low compared to full-scale miners, which makes it more practical for everyday users and for people who just want to mine from their own home. Basically, you're doing this for learning, supporting decentralization, and of course the chance, however small, of hitting a block. Now, with that in mind, let's be real for a second. A lot of people ask, what are my chances of actually mining a block with this device? And the honest answer is very low. Even at 2.2 terahashes per second compared to the global Bitcoin network hash rate, it's a tiny fraction. You could run this for years and never even hit a block. But people have hit blocks with solo miners like this, and in fact, lately there have been several instances where a solo block was mined using one of these Bitaxe solo miners. And that's what keeps this hobby exciting. It's kind of like owning a digital lottery machine that's always running in the background, and the best thing about it is it's not a one-time use lottery ticket. And in addition to that, you can continue to buy more to add to your existing hash rate, which over time increases your chances of hitting a block. Now, really quickly, let's talk about pricing. Depending on where you pick it up, the Bitaxe Gamma Turbo typically sits in the range of a couple $100s, which for a dual ASIC open source miner is actually pretty reasonable, especially when you compare it to a full-scale ASIC rig that's cost thousands of dollars. And this is where our sponsor comes into play. If you compare prices, PowerMining.io has the most competitive pricing and the most efficient and fastest shipping. And that's why I've been buying my solo miners from them for the past few years. Now, going back to the miner itself, the value here isn't just in profitability. It's in accessibility, education, experimentation, and of course, just being part of the Bitcoin ecosystem. After using this turbo for a few weeks, here's my honest take. I actually really enjoy having this running and sitting as part of my overall mining ecosystem. It's one of those devices where you just set it up and you let it do its thing. And occasionally you check in on it to see how it's performing. There's something really satisfying about knowing you're actively participating in the network even if your contribution is small. And honestly, for content and learning purposes, this is a great piece of hardware to have. Now for me, it's a nice little bump in my hash rate, adding to my existing ecosystem of solo miners. And the best part, it's affordable enough to buy more without making a huge dent in my wallet. So in the end, who is this for? Well, I'd say this is perfect for beginners who want to learn about and start Bitcoin mining. It's great for hobbyists who enjoy tinkering with hardware. It's also good for crypto enthusiasts who want to support decentralization, and pretty much anyone who likes the idea of lottery mining and potentially hitting a block without a huge investment. Now, if you're looking for guaranteed ROI, this is definitely not it. But if you're looking for something that's fun, educational, and potentially rewarding, then yeah, this is definitely worth checking out. And again, huge shout out to PowerMining.io for sponsoring this video. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been working with them for a while now, and I've ordered multiple miners through them. They consistently deliver solid hardware, fast shipping, and great customer service, which is why I keep going back to them. Now, if you're interested in picking up this Bitaxe Gamma Turbo or any other mining hardware, I'll have my affiliate link and discount code down in the description section below. Using that link really helps support this channel, so I appreciate it. So overall, this Bitaxe Gamma Turbo is a compact device. It's powerful for its size. It's easy to use, and it's a really fun way to get into Bitcoin mining. Just make sure that you're going into this hobby with the right expectations. This isn't about guaranteed profit. It's about participation, learning, and maybe, just maybe, hitting that one lucky block and making some bank on an affordable passive hobby. Anyways, I do want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below. I would love to know what you think about this miner and if you run a solo or lottery miner like this one. And if you do end up picking one of these up, definitely let me know what you think about it. I'd love to hear your experience. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.